Yes, good morning to all. Myself, Dr. Ravi Kumar, National College, HOD and Coordinator. So, last video, we are discussed about that investment avenues, which is available to the small investors as well as the large investors. Okay. So, whenever you select an investment avenue, you need to find out some risk. In each and every investment avenue, there are different risks we're going to see. How are we going to measure that risk? When you want to measure that risk, we need to follow some tools. We need to adopt some tools. What are they? Today's topic, we're going to study the risk measurement tools. Are we going to know what are the risk measurement tools which is available in a business or in a market? Now, come to first. Before going to the risk measurement tools, what is risk? Risk is nothing but volatility. Risk is nothing but volatility. Volatility which is occurs in a activities or an expected incident which is called risk or existence volatility which is occurs in a particular market. Okay, unexpected activities which is the investors going to lose their money. So it is nothing but unexpected incidents. Due to that unexpected incidents, we're going to lose our investment amount or we may get less returns. So here there is a one dictionary meaning. The risk is the existence of volatility in the occurrence of an expected incident is called risk. Higher the expected and greater the risk. That means is a word static you we are expecting more returns, the risk also more. Now come to risk measurement tools. First is alpha. Alpha is the first risk measurement tools. In this alpha, the main thing in this alpha, we're going to select one benchmark index, like banking sectors, like software industries, automobile industry, S&P, Nifty 50, BSE, like that. We're going to select some benchmark. In that benchmark, we're going to find out what the risk occurs in that benchmark. So alpha is the measurement tools for a risk related to that market or a selected benchmark index. Okay. So if you found that result in that alpha, the funds outperforms in a benchmark, it is said to have a positive alpha. If the positive alpha you get it, the performance of that fund is a good returns. The risk is less. If your funds follow below the performance, if the fund performance is below the benchmark, it's considered as a negative alpha. That if you got negative alpha result, it is known as a risk is more. Okay. Second tool, beta. Beta is a measurement tool for a volatility or a systematic risk. The how the performance of each and every stock which can be identified in the market. The fund volatility can be observed in the beta. Okay. So, or a selected benchmark index. In the selected benchmark index, the fund volatility or a systematic risk, systematic is nothing but known risk. So, what are the known risks and what are the risks which will be observed in the beta? Okay, it indicates the beta is the one indicates the fund expected move. How it moves, is it positive or negative? Through the benchmark. The beta below one are the considered less volatility than the benchmark. The beta below is 1 is considered to be volatility is less compared to benchmark. While this is over the 1 or more than the 1, it's considered more volatility or more risk is there in that particular benchmark active or benchmark shares. Next, third risk tool or risk measurement tool is standard deviation. In this, the standard deviation is the method to measure the data disappearing in regards to the main value of the data set and provide the measurement regarding the investment volatility. So it is a comparison is going to happen in that. Okay. What's the mean average value we are expecting, or a normal value we are expecting for your return in the form of return that particular stock or a funds, and what the deviation, what the variation is going to happen, what the risk upwards and downwards we can observe in this standard deviation. The risk can be observed in the measurement of investment, can be observed in that part. Okay, standard deviation. Next, R squared. R squared measures is the percentage of an investment movements attributable to the movements of its benchmark. Okay, R square is the value which can be represent the correlation between the examined investment and its associated with the benchmark. What is the relationship between the one stock to another stock, or one group of stock to another stock? So the relationship can be identified in that R square test. Okay, it is another risk measurement tools which will be used. Sharpe's ratio. The Sharpe ratio measures performance as adjusted by the associated risk. What are the associated risks which will be observed for the performance of that particular shares? This is done by removing the rate of return or a risk-free investment, such as treasury bills, form of experienced rate of return can be observed in this part. Okay. This is then divided by associated investments standard deviation, and serves as an indicator of whether an investment returns is due wise investing or due to assumption as excess risk. Okay. Next, brainstorming. In a group of people, we're going to give some discussion. We're going to give some problems or hindrances. We're going to highlight it in that hindrance. That a hindrance can be discussed and solved on that problem, and with the, by giving it different solutions. Okay, different ideas or ways. It is a brainstorming activity which will be used nowadays. Next, structured, semi-structured interview. Through the structured, semi-structured interview, we can get the answers or solve that structured interview, which is already prepared some questionnaire and answers. On that base, they can select it. That options we're going to give in that we can observe that. Unstructured means the face-to-face interview. When you want to give some questions to that concerned person, depend on that person, we're going to ask the depend on participant. We're going to ask the questions which is not prepared, and we may get perfect result for that. Okay, semi-structured, both structured and unstructured can be observed in this part. Okay, Delphi techniques. Here we're going to discuss. We're going to realize that forecasting the panel and expert discussion can be happen in this part. Okay, here the forecasting method can be applied in a panel expert discussion. The chart shows here we're going to conduct 2 or 3 rounds in a panel or experts, and we through questionnaires we may get the good result or analyze that this analyzing that results, and discussion can be happen continuous manner more than 2 times. Okay, so it's another Delphi techniques. Preliminary hazard analysis. In this 3 things we need to remember: identifying the hazards which has appeared in that particular stock or activity, and assessment of severity. Okay, what is the percentage of risk we may face in that accident or activity or hazards, and make it rank, and how to avoid that hazard. The preference we're going to give for that hazards, and how to identify, how to reduce that hazards, and by safeguarding the reducing the risk. These are the 3 steps which will be applied in this preliminary hazards checklist. Is the whole technique which will be used in this part. Okay, these are the main techniques which will be used in this market activity or investment revenue activities. Anyhow, it will benefit you. I think, I may expect, as per my knowledge, I gave some data to you people. You can see that PPT also. In that, next time I'll meet you with a new topic. Okay. Anyhow, good luck. Bye.